Vigilante is a story about Dexter Gooding, who has been involved in crime and served time, was deported back to Barbados, and then finds his peaceful village has become a center for crime. And he sets out full of passion and guilt to change that and becomes a vigilante. And in his quest for justice, he meets Amy, a white Barbadian woman who's got the same goal, but she's using very different weapons to get there. In this program, we're going to talk about one of the key issues in the movie, race. And we're going to talk to some of the actors in the movie, some of the people who work behind the scenes, and also just the average person on the street who can tell us about what their ideas are about race and about how this movie will affect people and how we live our lives. I played the part of Linda Edgehill, and she played the part of Melissa, who was my daughter in the movie. And we just had such a great time at the production, and we got the opportunity to travel all over. We went to New York and New Jersey and Boston, West Palm Beach, and even Jamaica. And what I realized as we were going is that not only were we being an ambassador for the film and for Barbados, but we were also being an ambassador for the idea of interracial friendship, which was surprising to me. That question after question I got, wherever we would go, at least one person would say, "So are they really friends?" As if that were the most unbelievable thing about the whole film. And Marcia Weeks, the writer-director, and I have had several conversations about race. And I grew up in the South, in Texas, in small towns there. And contrary to what you might think, I actually was raised to be rather colorblind. And Marcia teases me and says it's in my DNA, because even as far back as my grandfather, had a very different idea of what race means and how to treat people who don't look the same as you. He lived in a town where, outside of town, as you drove in, there was a sign that said, "Don't let the sun go down on your back, nigger." And it was actually worth more than your life to stay in there, in that town, if your skin was dark. My grandfather was a mechanic, and he was one of the only people who would fix a black person's car if they broke down. And what he would do is, while he was fixing the car, he would take the black person to his family's house and keep them in the house while he was fixing the car. Because the KKK was real, the Ku Klux Klan was a real threat, and it was dangerous for them to not be somewhere safe. So my mom's told me stories about, people staying at their house during the day while my grandfather fixed their car. And she never really knew why he didn't get attacked. She said she thought it was half because he was a God-fearing man and everyone respected him, and half because he was a big guy with a bad temper.